This is Grammar Points 5-2, Lesson 38 about appositives. So what is an appositive? It is a noun or a noun phrase that renames another noun that is usually right next to the word or the phrase. It can be short, it can be long, it can come at the beginning of a sentence, the middle, or the end of a sentence. Here are some examples. The insect, a cockroach, is crawling across the kitchen table. So we have a cockroach, which is giving more information about an insect. What insect is it? It's a cockroach. The second one, the insect, a large cockroach, is crawling across the kitchen table. So a little bit more information. The insect, a large cockroach with hairy legs, is crawling across the kitchen table. The insect, a large, hairy-legged cockroach that has spied my bowl of oatmeal, is crawling across the kitchen table. In each of these examples, which just expand upon the first example, you see that the appositive is referring back to the word insect and giving you more information about it. In a minute, I'm going to talk about non-essential appositives, and what that means is that if the appositive does not give important information about the sentence, it's non-essential and therefore requires commas around the appositive. So you put it on both sides if it appears in the middle of a sentence or after the appositive if it comes at the beginning of a sentence. I'll explain more of that in a second. Okay, how to punctuate appositives? If it is an essential appositive, that is, the information in the appositive is vital to understanding the meaning of the sentence, then you do not use commas. However, if the information is non-essential, that is, it can be removed from the sentence without changing the meaning of the sentence, then you do have to put commas, okay? And we see here three different examples. We have one that comes at the beginning of a sentence. A hot-tempered tennis player, comma, Robbie charged the umpire and tried to crack the poor man's skull with a racket. Or, if it interrupts the sentence, that means it comes in the middle. Robbie, comma, a hot-tempered tennis player, comma, charged the umpire and tried to crack the poor man's skull with a racket. And then the final one here, we have it coming at the end of a sentence. Upset by the bad call, the crowd cheered Robbie, comma, a hot-tempered tennis player who charged the umpire and tried to crack the poor man's skull with a racket. Period at the end. You don't need another comma. Here we're going to identify the appositives. It should be fairly simple because they are all non-essential appositives. All you have to do really is look for the commas. Number one, Seattle, the city we visited last year, gets a lot of rain. You got a couple of commas here which should indicate that this is your appositive. You could just as easily say, Seattle gets a lot of rain. The city we visited last year is not essential to understanding the meaning of the sentence. Number two, her shirt, the bright yellow one, can be seen from across the room. Again, the commas should give it away that the bright yellow one is the appositive, and it is also not essential to the sentence. So, one by one, number three, look at the commas, underline the appositive. You almost don't have to know the meaning of the sentence to do this. The magazine Time for Kids gives kids information on world news. Comma, comma, appositive. Number five, my Aunt Sylvia is going to get me a job working at her store. Comma, comma, and this time it's just one word, a proper noun, Sylvia. Number six, Joe and Christine, our neighbors, are going to Disneyland tomorrow. Comma, comma, this is our appositive. Number seven, daisies, her favorite flowers, are on sale at the florist shop. Her favorite flowers. Number eight, he took the most difficult math class, advanced calculus, during the summer. Comma, comma, appositive. Number nine, we were out of my nephew's favorite flavor, vanilla, so he ate chocolate. It's just a single word this time, but still, there's your appositive. Number 10, Maribel's pet, a cat, did not get along with dogs at the vet's office. Comma, comma, there's your appositive. Raphael had to finish his homework, a math assignment, before he could go. A math assignment. And finally, number 12, Grandma Betty made her special recipe, peach cobbler, for dessert. Here we're going to punctuate some sentences. Number 1, the example. San Diego, a beautiful city in Southern California, is a popular place to visit. The trick is to look for the verb in the sentence. So we have is, and we know that is a popular place to visit is going to be the predicate then. Then what is the subject of the sentence? What is a popular place to visit? San Diego. So San Diego is the subject. Is a popular place to visit is the predicate. That's your main sentence. Then a beautiful city in Southern California is the appositive, giving more information about San Diego. Number 2, a man with a generous heart, Mr. Baldwin, donated the money for the new library. So donated is the verb, donated the money for the new library is the predicate. We know that the subject is going to be Mr. Baldwin. Then a man with a generous heart is the appositive, so we need to put a comma between a man with a generous heart and Mr. Baldwin. Number 3, Joey made a finger painting, his favorite kind of art. The subject is Joey. Made a finger painting is the predicate. Then his favorite kind of art is the appositive, so we need to put a comma between finger painting and his. Number 4, our class learned how to use a protractor, a tool for measuring angles. The verb is learned. Learn how to use a protractor would be the predicate. Our class is the subject. Then a tool for measuring angles gives more information and explains what a protractor is. So that's the appositive. We're going to put a comma between protractor and a tool. In number 5, Anthony's brother John knows how to play the trombone. First thing, actually, it looks like we're missing an apostrophe here. Anthony's is a possessive, so Anthony's brother John knows how to play the trombone. Who knows how to play the trombone? Anthony's brother. So John is telling you who Anthony's brother is. Number 6, he was able to finish his essay using SpeakPro, a new software program. Was able to finish his essay is the predicate. He is the subject. Using SpeakPro, okay. Then what is SpeakPro? It's a new software program. That's your appositive. Number 7, the new school, Wagner Elementary, is on Main Street. The new school is the subject. Is on Main Street is the predicate. Wagner School is the appositive, so we're going to put commas around that. Number 8, a huge dog with big paws, Bear, was always tracking mud into the house. Okay, so who is tracking mud into the house? Bear was always tracking mud into the house. So a huge dog with big paws is the appositive, giving you more information about Bear. Now you might ask at this point, if you look at number 8 and you look at number 5, why is it that John is the appositive here and a huge dog with big paws is the appositive here? The important thing to remember is that we are putting parentheses around non-essential appositives, so the information that is least important. So if you look at number 5, who knows how to play the trombone? Anthony's brother knows. John is his name, but John alone does not tell you the important information. It's Anthony's brother. But in number 8, if I say a huge dog with big paws, that's not very clear. It's not as clear as using the dog's name, Bear, which helps tell you exactly which dog was involved in this tracking mud into the house. Okay, Karina's white cat Puff is soft and fluffy. We're missing another apostrophe here. Karina's white cat Puff is soft and fluffy. So just like the example in number 5, Karina's white cat, we know that that is the subject, is soft and fluffy is the predicate, so Puff becomes our appositive. And finally, number 10, fiercely competitive boys, James and Nick, never wanted to lose a game. So here you could be a little bit confused. Fiercely competitive boys or James and Nick. Which one of these is essential to the sentence? Fiercely competitive boys is not clear. exactly who it is. It's not like it's somebody's brother or someone's, it's not connected with another person so that we can identify them. So we have to say that James and Nick, the names have to be used in order to be clear about who the subject of this sentence is. So James and Nick is the subject, never want to lose the game is the predicate, and fiercely competitive boys is the appositive. So we need to put a comma there between boys and James.